Hey everyone, welcome back to Forza Horizon 4. So today we've got a race build and tune for this 1998 Toyota Supra. So if you enjoyed the video or find it helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe as that helps the channel out a ton. So this will be an X-Class tune for the car, but first we'll take it into the Bamborough Coast circuit so we can see how fast it really is. So going into the Bamborough Coast circuit with our X-Class Toyota Supra, we're against unbeatable AI here, so we'll see how this fares. We should be able to do pretty good as we've got heaps of power. You can see that on the launch, we're spinning the wheels a bit, but it is raining. This car has plenty of traction once you're up to speed though. Just come around the inside of all of these cars here. A little bit of bumper to bumper action, but we're now in 5th place after starting in 12th against the bumper of this Mazda. Try and come around the outside here and power down the straight. Should be able to catch them as we should have more power than all of the other cars here. Not too good in the corner there, but it is very wet and slidey. Alright, so again, careful around this corner, then we can power out and down the straight early and catch all of these cars. Brake for that corner, accidentally use the NSX as a bump stop. Come around the inside there and power down the straight again. Should be able to catch this car in first by the next couple of corners. Braking, pull in hard to that corner, and we're right in the bumper of this BMW, and we've come around the inside. Bit slidey around these corners at low speed, so we just have to be careful with the power, just feather the throttle, and then power down the straight. Brake early so we don't slide out on this corner. And just watch the throttle through these corners, and then should be able to power on by here. Flying down the straight, and we've won this event super easily. Alright, so we've seen how the Supra can whip round a track. It's got plenty of power as well as having lots of traction at those higher speeds. So now we'll take it into the festival where I'll show you how to upgrade and tune this car. So obviously starting off, the Supra is nowhere near X-Class, so we're going to come into the custom upgrades menu first, and we'll come down to the conversions tab at the end. We're going to be putting on the all-wheel drive for the grip, as well as switching to the single turbo here. Then, so we come out of conversions and now into aero and appearance. So here we'll be putting on the Forza race bumper at the end, as we need the downforce and the tunability of it. Then for the rear wing, we're going to do the same thing with the Forza race rear wing. Put that on there too. Obviously you can put some other little body kit parts on however you want. We're going to put on the trial street rear bumper as well as the trial side skirts, and then we're going to do the Jun hood option here as that also saves some weight. So out of aero and appearance, now going to come into tires and rims, obviously switching over to the race tire compound there, as well as making the front and rear tires as wide as possible. Then switching out the rims in here, we're going to go for some Volk racing wheels, just like these ones. So out of rims, we'll now come into the track widths to add spaces in the front and rear. So out of tires and rims, we'll now come into drivetrain, just max out everything in here. So the race clutch, race transmission, race driveline, and the race diff. So out of drivetrain and into platform and handling, Here we're doing the race brakes, then race suspension. Then we'll be doing the race front and rear anti-roll bars, followed by the race weight reduction. So out of platform and handling, the final tab here is the engine. We're just going to max out everything in here. So the race intake, race fuel system, race ignition, race exhaust, race cams and valves, race engine block, race pistons and compression, race turbo, race intercooler, race oil and cooling, and then finally the race flywheel. So that's it as far as the upgrades go, so you can go ahead and apply all of these. Alright, so now that we've upgraded our 1998 Toyota Supra to XClass, we're now going to come down to the tuning menu here. So first I'll show you the metric tune, and I'll show you the differences for the Imperial tune, and I'll leave the tune code on screen now if you want to use that instead. So for the front tire pressure here, we're going to set this to 2 bar, and in the rear we're going to bring this down to 1.9, just like that. So then next, if we come over to the gearing, we're going to set our final drive down to 2.95, just like that. Then if we come into the alignment, we're going to set our front camber angle here to -2.3. Then our front toe, we're going to set this to 0.5, just like that. Then next, if we come into the springs tab, we're going to set our front springs down to 109. Just come down a little bit to there, just like that. And in the rear, we're going to drop this to 112. Just come a little bit down to there. So next, if we come into the aero tab over here, we're going to set our front downforce to 80. And in the rear, we're going to set it up to 160. Just like that. So then the final tab for the metric tune is the differential at the end. We're going to set our front acceleration up to 60%. And in the rear, we're going to bring this up to 80%. And then finally, the center balance, we're going to bring this up to 72%. So that's it as far as the metric tune goes. So now I'll show you the differences for the Imperial tune. Alright, so as far as differences go for the Imperial tune is you'll want 29 PSI in the front tires and 27 in the rear. Then if we come over to the springs tab over here, you'll want 610 in the front and 627 in the rear. And finally is the aero tab. We're going to have 176 in the front and 352 in the rear. So that's it as far as the differences go, so you can go ahead and apply all of these. Alright guys, so this has been an XClass race build and tune for the 1998 Toyota Supra. So if you enjoyed the video or found it helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe.